Hello again and welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about the Dracena Janet Craig, also known as the Dracena compacta. They really are the same thing. The compacta is what we have here, and then there's the Dracena Janet Craig, which has longer strap-like leaves. Here we have the compacta, so you'll see it's got really kind of dense, tight foliage, which is what I love about this plant. It's part of the large Dracena family, which includes the Dracena, the Massigiana. We've got the Hawaiian Sunshine. There's the Dracena. What else do we got here? The Kiwi, the Tarzan, the Marginata, the Bicolor, the Tricolor, the Wernicai, the Limelight, as well as Dracena Magenta, and the corn plant, which I'll be posting videos on all of those later on. It could be part of a Dracena series or a Dracena kind of edition that I'll post later on Facebook. That way you can watch out for my future content on Dracena. But back to the compacta here. Love this plant. I have a little bit of trash to talk on it, only because it is the slowest growing plant that I think I have. I'm sure I've had this for about 3 to 4 years. Got it at a local garden nursery. Definitely a healthy plant. Hasn't died, so that's a plus. But doggone thing hasn't grown really like much at all. I really haven't noticed any growth on it. It doesn't really kind of wow you with that new growth that kind of just sticks up and pops out of nowhere. It's really incognito as far as how it does grow, is just very slow. And I think that's the reason why, I'll see some larger ones in nurseries and they'll go for $200-300, and that's the reason why they had to pay someone to keep that alive for X amount of years to get to that height. So this one, once again, I want to say it's about 3 to 4 years since I got it. I'm sure it's put on probably 4, maybe 6 inches max, but it's really hard to notice. So it's got those deep dark leaves. And also what I could say about this one is that, it's very low maintenance. I'm putting out a lot of low maintenance videos, and this one is one of them, because it really doesn't need a whole lot of light. It really kind of prefers like a medium to almost a low light. Some of you all out there that are looking for low light, definitely give this one a try. For humidity, most Dracenas do need some humidity. Not the highest, but they definitely need some. So I wouldn't leave this in a totally dry spot. You're gonna see some browning on the leaves if you do. I just gave this a little bit of a trim, but it definitely had some brown spots on it. And it also could be attributed to the water that it gets. Dracenas, almost all of them, really need to stay away from fluoride and chlorine, and most municipal water sources have both of those in it. So I would try to stay away from that. And the one way you could do it was with distilled water, and or the common concept is that you take your water can and you leave it out for 24 hours after you fill it. And the idea is that the chlorine and the fluoride percolate or disperse out of it. But some say that's myth. Some say there's absolute truth to it. Give it a try. I've been doing that for a very long time. And this one isn't as sensitive to those chemicals as some of the other Dracenas that I've come across, but it's real easy going. I just give it, most Dracenas, I'll give you a tip here too. What you want to do with soil, because they do like to dry out quite a bit in between waterings. I mean, you can let them dry out 2/3 of the way down before you can start thinking about watering. Some people even say let it completely dry out. I think it depends Dracena to Dracena, and it also has to do with what kind of light you're giving it, and maybe some of the other conditions that are going on with inside of your house. But this one, you can definitely let it dry 2/3 of the way out, because these stems are really kind of delicate as far as water goes. And if they sit around water for too long, they'll just rot. And that's the beginning of the end of your plant. So I would give it, in order to kind of remedy that, which you can do, what I done is I mix 50-50 cactus soil or like a succulent soil with, you know, a half measure of regular potting soil. So half cactus soil, half garden soil, mix them together. That way you know it's going to be well draining. It's not going to hold on to water for too long. And that's been kind of my secret with most of my Dracenas. They tend to really like that. They don't like staying on the wet side. I've had far too many not make it because of probably just the soil I gave them. It could have not even had to do with how much I was watering. So those are definitely good tips. This one can most likely take a bit more light, but right now where I have it, and that's probably why I'm seeing the slow growth, is that I just have it in a medium light situation and it's not really putting on fast growth. So if you want it to have, you know, a moderate growth habit, you know, give it a stronger, I wouldn't go bright light or direct light. I would just go with bright indirect light or a medium light, and you're definitely good to go. Outside of that, pretty easy to take care of. I mean, they're originally from Africa, and they're also found in parts of South America. They're really, really low maintenance. So definitely give it a try out. I definitely feel like it's a beginner plant. The only thing that beginners might struggle with is they just might be watering too much. So just hold back, water sparingly, let it dry out, and you'd be amazed on how easy this one is to take care of. So that's all I got for you on the Dracena Janet Craig, and we will see you on this series of Dracena with more to come. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.